Hello everyone, my name is Cheeseburg and welcome to today's video. Today we'll be talking about Berserk and I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I had a whole 4-page script written out for this video and I just couldn't read that long without making it sound bad. So I'm going to just try to do this off the top of my head and gather my thoughts as I go. This is by no means a comprehensive review of Berserk. I don't even get through the Golden Age. But this is about how Berserk has made an impact on my life and how it has personally changed me. Some warnings to begin with. As many of you know, if you're probably watching this video, Berserk is a deep series, and if you haven't watched Berserk, number one, this will contain spoilers. Number two, sexual violence, abuse, basically any negative subject you can think of triggers you. You shouldn't be watching this video. I don't think it would be good for you, and I don't think you should consume Berserk because it could be harmful to you. But basically, to start off this video, I want to paint a picture of where I was at when I was discovering Berserk for the first time. I was 16 years old and I was in the middle of mental health issues. I didn't really want to keep going, if you guys are picking up my drift. And I was 16, far too young to be reading Berserk, but that's when I started reading it. In one of the long summer days when I had too much free time and that was just making me depressed. So I started reading Berserk, and I'll be honest with you guys, the Black Swordsman arc I hated. It's so boring, but the beginning of the Band of the Hawk and the Golden Age and Guts' backstory was so beautiful. And I think one of the biggest impacts on me was Guts' character. Kentaro Miura did not let his painful backstory and what happened to him go to waste. As we see throughout the story, whether it's him slowly making friends with the Band of the Hawk, his fighting with Casca, his friendship with Griffith, just these small interactions, him slowly making friends, him slowly meeting people and learning to trust people, is such a beautiful just part of the story. And I specifically want to talk about a big turning point, or not a big turning point, a big punch that hit me was when Guts killed Adonis. To me, this was Kentaro Miura saying, life will hit you while you're down, or even while you're up. At this point, Guts was having a good time, and this solidified to him that the pain isn't over. And the kicking you while you're down part came in a lot more when he overheard Charlotte talking to Griffith. And I'm going to go on a quick side tangent here. Guts and Griffith were definitely friends, at least from Griffith's point of view. I think they truly had a deeper bond, and the reason I believe that is Griffith was truly a D1 crash out. That was insane what he did. The whole time he was sleeping with Charlotte, he was thinking of Guts, which is crazy. But it's also you could see how broken Griffith was when before he was such a perfect individual. And that was also just such a beautiful point that Kentaro Miura made throughout this time in the series. Now, a big part I want to focus on is the Battle of Doldry, and more specifically the relationship between Casca and Guts that develops in this section. When Casca falls off the cliff and Guts catches her and saves her, and then he makes sure the wet clothes are off of her and sleeps next to her and makes sure she's okay. Beautiful to me. It's he cares about something and someone so much that he's doing everything he can for them. To the point he kills 100 men, risks his own life just to save one of his friends, which was so beautiful to me. And after this, as we all know, Griffith and Guts have a falling out, or more so, Guts is I need to pursue my own dream, homie. What am I supposed to do? So, when Guts and Griffith have that fight, which is one of the best fights in Berserk, I don't think that's a hot take at all, Griffith crashes out and sleeps with Charlotte. I mentioned that earlier. I was a bit too quick. But basically, especially this part, when Guts and Casca get together and have intimate moments, it was so beautiful. And when Guts let his darkness take over and had flashbacks of his childhood, of Gambino, of Donovan, it shows the reality of how this physical abuse can traumatize you and how this unresolved baggage can come up in the most horrific of times. And the most beautiful part of this scene is how Casca reacts when she's comforting Guts and making sure she can give him what he needs in this time, as a relationship should be. And it allows Guts to be vulnerable and valued which is something he really hasn't felt before his time with the Hawks. Now, this is where I'm gonna end my talking about Berserk section of the video. I'm gonna go more into the lessons it taught me right now. So I think the biggest lesson that Berserk taught me is life is what you make it. Guts had a life of suffering, as we all know, and he still managed to keep trying. He still managed to keep going. He found happiness. He found love. He was on the way to finding his dream. And it taught me to keep going, and it taught me to not give up. I know this was a really scattered video. I know I don't have my thoughts in a row, and I have too many thoughts about Berserk to get my thoughts in a row this quickly. But I thank y'all for watching, and I don't mean to blue ball y'all with ending at such a weird spot. If you want more Berserk content, please let me know. And I hope y'all have a good one. Peace.